Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah.
A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to the Legacy of Supers on HJN. So now, I'm pretty much coming back here once again, because I still do have a lot to talk about with the Legacy of Supers still in hand. And it's definitely at large, at least for more than a whole week. I tell you, it's going to get even better from here on out, but the main thing that I got to talk about is that, well, as I've said yesterday, when I talked about Doctor Doom, I was going to be touching on another very underrated, much lesser known villain out there. And this is yet another one from DC. The Man-Bat. Kirk Langstrom's own, creation after trying to cure some deafness. I mean, as strange of an idea as it is for an origin story about the Man-Bat, I guess it's feasible, and it does seem to work, in a way. Because after all, the Man-Bat is sought after being a living personification of the iconic Caped Crusader, greatest detective, and of course, the Dark Knight, of course, the same old Batman we know and love. But other than all that, of just being almost an exact copy of the Batman, the Man-Bat itself is just one of a type. Man-Bat, of course, has had a large number of appearances, especially in the animated series, the Arkham series of video games, as well as the Lego Batman. Yeah, that actually happened at one point. But I will say for sure that other than all that, the origin story of Kirk Langstrom simply goes like this. Kirk Langstrom was simply working in a museum, nearly in the Bat exhibit, where most of the time would extract serum from the glands of bats to try and cure what would eventually become deafness. When Langstrom had enough solution, then the vial full of it had been downed. And what happens next? Well, simply put, as soon as the serum goes down Langstrom's throat, the combination of both hearing and vision are extremely transformed, because even the sound of dripping water from a faucet would become absolutely horrendous. That is how sensitive Langstrom's hearing would become. And as for vision, well, apparently, even a small bit of dimmed light is just enough to make you feel like you're going blind. That's exactly what happened. Basically, in some of the issues of the Detective Comics, the origin story simply labels out that, after downing that whole entire serum that Langstrom had secreted, then, hearing and vision, they were both transformed at the same time. But there was also some vocalized sonic waves that Langstrom apparently emitted. All of that stuff was signs that the Man-Bat was on its way. But it was only found out when Langstrom apparently looked at a mirror and noticed that, his whole physique was starting to change, to transform into a large-sized bat. That's literally what goes on in the comic books if you ever read them. I've had quite a few of them. They were kind of hand-me-downs, but it is what it is. Anyways, the Man-Bat, of course, had a lot of problems here and there, trying to find food, trying to find a cure to this new problem, and a lot of other things. And there's also been a few encounters with the Batman here and there, and that, of course, just led to the Man-Bat eventually being treated for this new condition that just transformed Langstrom's body into a bat. But of course, from then on out, it would only prove to have been a dormant transformation. And even though Langstrom's normal form would come back, it would only be a matter of time before the Man-Bat would appear here and there. And of course, since those times have passed, We've been seeing the Man-Bat in a large amount of other pieces of media, as I've already mentioned. Plus some more here and there. But other than all that, this is in fact just one of the lesser known villains out there in the Detective Comics universe entirely. It's that kind of rare that really gets us intrigued to find out what happens next. But still, I'd say Man-Bat is one of those opponents that really deserves more attention. But you know what? If you really want to grab some more attention, then well, tomorrow's topic is coming soon. This is going to be the villain of them all. Tune in tomorrow and you'll know what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about, and when I'm talking about. But until then, if you want to see more go down on my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.